All right, so one day after we learned about a hidden iPhone feature that tracks your every single move, there's new concern that tracking technology purchased by police can lead to racial profiling. You're looking at what's called the Universal Forensic Extraction Device. It can copy the entire content of a cell phone, including text messages, contacts, GPS data, and do it in just minutes. Michigan State Police have purchased this device, though we don't yet know how exactly that they're using it. But civil liberties groups worry that this device will endanger the privacy rights of blacks and Latinos, who are more likely to be stopped by police. A Nielsen study from last year shows blacks talk, on average, twice as much each month on their cell phones as their white counterparts. And I'm joined now by David Wilson, founder and managing editor for thegrio.com. So David, what else do we know about these devices? And we're seeing them, this one police department saying that they have purchased them, not sure how they're going to implement them to use them. But what more do we know about them?
Well, the manufacturer of the device claims that they're currently being used in 60 countries. We know that they are compatible with up to 3,000 different cell phone models. So, whether you have an iPhone, whether you have some other device, this device works with those phones. It can wipe information or swipe information, even if you deleted your text messages. It can, it can detect that. Your emails, from your GPS system, right. Web browser. So, it's pretty. It can pretty much gather a lot of information. If you've been using your phone over a couple of months, it can gather all that information.
But how do you make the link to racial profiling from that?
Well, look, a lot of African Americans and Latino Americans are victims of racial profiling. We know that, we're using these phones and are using our devices more frequently. So this raised a huge issue. California Supreme Court just recently ruled that police officers can swipe or can take information from your cell phones upon arrest. So we know that just by nature of the fact that we are stopped more, that we're arrested more, that we're going to be subject to this sort of technology more.
Okay, so when we talk about the concerns of civil liberties groups, what kind of traction do they actually have to make a case here? Well,
I think they're looking at, this is potentially a violation of people's privacy, right? Police officers need a warrant if they're going to go inside your home. There's no warrant, if you're looking at the California Supreme Court case, there's no warrant necessary for this. So a lot of folks are looking at this and saying, look, this is something where we need to make a stand here and protect people's right to privacy.
Yeah, well, technology, it's such a double-edged sword.
Absolutely.
It is. All right, David, great to see you. Thanks so much.
Thanks so much.